Okay, it's happening, fellas. So, face cam is up here this time. This corner, because I discovered that on this side it'll be covering a lot of important stuff. But we should talk about Worlds. Worlds happened last weekend. I've already mentioned that, and I have yet to make a video on the results of Worlds. So that I will do. First of all, congratulations to Shohei Kimura for winning the World Championships. I watched all of Worlds. Shohei's team very well crafted. But you'll see when we scroll down a bit, you will see that that team is quite popular. Fluttermane, Urshifu, Among Us, Iron Hands, Chien-Pao, Landorus. And that team also came 3rd. It came 10th. It came 14th. 16th. Then we go down, there were more people using it. It came 29th. But just a really consistent team. A lot of people calling it Japanese good stuffs, which I guess makes sense. I think I'm just calling it regular. I'm just calling it Regulation D balance. Very, very consistent team. Gonna look at the team sheet. Mystic Water, Terra Water, Urshifu is interesting. The Urshifu did also have Taunt, which ended up being just a really good play for the tournament. No Rocky Helmet on the Among Us, which was pretty uncommon. Pretty uncommon, but because a lot of people were preparing for it, that means that the Among Us could pretty freely just run Citrus Berry for the extra added recovery, and in the finals match, it ended up mattering quite a lot. Terra Water Iron Hands, the Terra Water is the most interesting thing about the Iron Hands, because all its moves are pretty standard. Wild Charge, Drain Punch, Fake Out, Volt Switch, just the regular Iron Hands stuff. I'm gonna get to the Fluttermane in a minute. Chien-Pao was pretty standard. Icicle Crash, Sacred Sword, Sucker Punch, Protect. It was Adamant instead of Jolly, which has been appearing a lot more in Regulation D, which I can understand that. I can understand why that was the case. Icicle Crash, the flinch chance did end up mattering quite a lot in the finals match. Runner-up, Michael Kelch, had the Rillaboom not been flinched on one crucial turn in Game 1, Michael probably would have won Game 1. But it was still a good match. Both players played incredibly well. Regular Landorus set, Stomping Tantrum, Terra Blast, U-Turn, Protect, Terra Fly, and Terra Blast. Safety Goggles is the most interesting thing about that. I haven't seen Safety Goggles Lando that much, but it's not a bad call. Obviously not, since it won. And then Terra Grass Energy Ball Fluttermane. Terra Grass was a very good defensive type for it, because of all the Rapid Strike. I mainly saw people going Terra Water for Surging Strikes. But Terra Grass also gives you the crucial immunity to Spore from Among Us, which was huge. The MVP of the finals match was most definitely Among Us. It was very influential, the Citrus Berry coming in very clutch. Basically, Michael's Dragapult wasn't awake for more than one turn in both games. And then, yeah, just the Fluttermane, the Energy Ball. The Energy Ball being boosted by the grassy terrain from everyone who was running Rillaboom, that was, just a really smart call. So yeah, very, very good, consistent player. Top 4 players have now have now qualified for 2024 Worlds, which Michael Kelch, shout outs to everyone who made Top Cut, and even beyond that. They did very well to qualify and get this far, and it's just very, very well done. But Michael Kelch, he started playing VGC in December, and he's already doing this well. The man is he's a god. Every format he touches. He did get second with my favorite Pokemon of all time, the giraffe. This one. Funny giraffe. And with the funny giraffe, Rocky Helmet ended up being huge. I saw his match against, I think it was Mao Harada. Was it Mao Harada? Did he have the Dark Shifu? No, he did. Was it Fedicampo? Yeah, I think it was Fedicampo. It mattered a lot in the match against Fedicampo. The Farigiraf just completely walled the D-Knight. The Urshifu couldn't do much because it was outsped by the Choice Scarf Urshifu. Just a very, very well put together team. I'm going to move my face cam over here for a second so you can see the team. Focus Sash, Chien-Pao, just the normal thing, except it was Terra Dark, which is pretty interesting. Icicle Crash, Crunch, Sucker Punch, Protect. It was 2 dark moves, so no Sacred Sword. Having no Sacred Sword mattered quite a bit in the last match. Just the regular Assault Vest Heatran. Pretty standard stuff, except for the Rillaboom. The Rillaboom didn't have Assault Vest. It was Woodhammer, Stomping Tantrum, Fake Out, Protect. And instead of the usual Terra Fire, it was Terra Poison. Which is really interesting, because you still have the weakness to ground the fire gives you, but you no longer have the weakness to Urshifu. You no longer have the weakness to... I don't know what else. But Terra Poison Rillaboom, unfortunately, in the one match it didn't want to get flinched. It got flinched in the finals, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the rest of the team. Then it was just regular. That was just a regular Terra Ghost, Terra Blast, Dragapult. It did have Sucker Punch, which I found pretty interesting. I remember in the Pokebros tour, Michael was running the same team, and instead of Sucker Punch, he had U-Turn. So that change is pretty interesting. Mao Harada was just running the same team as Shohei Kimura. You know, same item, U-Turn, Stomping Tantrum, Terra Blast, Protect, all this stuff, same thing like Torn, Urshifu, just the regular team. And then there was Fedicampo. He made top 4 with Swords Dance Ursaluna, Ally Switch Cresselia, Urshifu Dark, D-Knight without the Chien-Pao. It was Terra Flying Terra Blast instead of Terra Normal E-Speed, Icy Wind Fluttermane, and then Heavy Slam Iron Hands. So overall, a very, very interesting team. There was also Jolly D-Knight instead of Adamant. It does look like it was Special Attack Boosting Flutter. Sempra over here. Mental Herb Amoonguss with Leaf Storm ended up being really good. Terra Grass Terra Blast Urshifu is something that I'm guessing not a lot of people were prepared for. Terra Flying Golden Go, just the regular Chien-Pao and Iron Hands. Rocky Helmet Pelipper. This was a very interesting call, but it did end up doing well, as you can see. World's 5th place. Wait, hang on. Oh, you can't even see it there. But World's 5th place. Very, very interesting team. Victor Medina. Again, pretty interesting. It was Heatwave. It was Substitute Heatran. But at the end, it was that Urshifu Rillaboom Heatran core with Tornado Slaughter main Chien-Pao. So just some pretty good stuff. Matty Morgan making it to top 8. AV Lando. Lefty's Rillaboom's really interesting. Terra Fairy as well. I can't say that's a thing I've ever seen before. There was a Guavberry Tornadus. Again, Icy Wind Fluttermane. Icy Wind Fluttermane appearing quite a bit in this tournament. Nicolaj. Nicolaj. Same thing. Same as before. Ally Switch Cresselia. Swords Dance Saluna. Then there was again Dark Urshifu. Dark Urshifu was quite a big thing in top 32. Obviously not as big as Urshifu Rapid Strike. Like you scroll down at this slot, all you see is bears. But then there was the Life Orb Dragonite, which was very interesting. But you know, just a very interesting team. I said the word interesting a lot. Let me scroll down. Quite a few other things. Gyarados getting pretty high. Marco Fierro again to top 12 with a Regulation C team, which props to him for that. Emilio Forbes getting to top 16 with Brambleghast. Unfortunately, he could have gone further, but unfortunately, due to things at the venue, disconnects happening. There was this whole weird thing with, like, sudden death. Apparently Emilio was supposed to win. I'm not gonna comment on any of that, because I don't want to start any drama or anything. I just know that it probably, like, Emilio... had that not happened, Emilio probably could have gone even further. Then Neil Patel. You may know Neil if you've been on VGC YouTube at all recently. You'll probably know Neil. Very good fellow content creator, and very good player as well, making top 18 at his first Worlds. He did use the same team as Shohei Kimura, like just the Japanese good stuffs. But I remember his team, like, his items and sets were a bit different. But big props to Neil for making it that far. I look forward to seeing what he does in the future. So yeah, shout outs to Neil. The link to his channel is going to be on in the description. Joseph Uga getting a top 20 with Wo Chien. I know Moxie Boosted was happy about that one. I'll be putting his channel in the description too. It was Wo Chien without Leech Seed though, which is very interesting. I think it was Giga Drain, Snarl, and Foul Play. With the big, you know, genies of healthy meta. And then the rest was pretty standard. Baxcalibur making a couple of appearances. Another Farigiraf appearance. Another Rain appearance. Hisuian Arcanine. King Gambit is there, which is something that hasn't really been that good in this meta. Like, you'll see, next one was Francesco. Then you have to scroll down quite a bit until you get to the next King Gambit. Like, you'll see, I still haven't found it. So, yeah, quite interesting seeing it there. Chiyu only making a few appearances here, but then when you scroll down, there's like quite a bit of Chiyu. And then Kenji Yaba. I love Kenji's team. Volcarona, Cresselia, Hisuian Arcanine, Rillaboom, Dondozo, and Grimmsnarl. Now, Solo Dozo was pretty good. It was already a thing, right? It won NAIC. But Kenji just took it a bit further, because while the other one was like Yawn, support, and stuff like that, his was set up with Curse, and it was, I think it was, Curse, Protect, Wave Crash, and Fissure. And I watched the stream, I was watching the stream, when he hit that, like, the first, like, Fisher he clicked, it was, my jaw hit the floor. But, yeah, I think that's, I'm gonna be done talking for now. My voice is starting to hurt, and I have things to do. But, yeah, props to everyone who made it to Worlds. I will be competing. I will hopefully be competing in Liverpool Regionals. I will be aiming to make it to Worlds next year. So, yeah, be prepared to see me finally compete. I will be using Frigora for the entirety of the 2024 season. That's a promise I intend to keep. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that. Thanks for 5 watch. Bye.